quickly cut across to this breaking coming in on the PFI raids. The accused PFI who've been arrested have all been brought to a Mumbai special NIA court. This is the latest information that we get here. PFI accused have been now taken to the NIA court. In fact, there are several allegations that have been leveled against them. One, of course, paramount is that many of these leaders have been supporting terror activities in India. Now, also, the NIA is suspecting that these are the same leaders of the PFI who have instigated communal tensions in different parts of the country time and again, all the way from the CAA protests in 2020 to the hijab protests in 2022 earlier this year, to several other instances of tension, and even the Delhi riots that took place 2020, start of the year, linked to the PFI is what the NIA suspects. Now, these arrested PFI leaders have all been taken to the NIA court in Mumbai. Let me cut across to Kamaljeet Sandhu, joining us live for more on that. Kamaljeet, a quick word. PFI arrested. These leaders have been brought to the NIA court. Give us an understanding yet again, on what grounds have many of these leaders been rounded up from different states? And these are all senior leaders of the PFI, the top leaders of the Popular Front of India outfit. They claim to be a pro-India, pro-Muslim outfit, but NIA claims that they're supporting terror activities. Tell us a little more what's going to happen at the NIA court.
You know, for more than a decade and a half, the Home Ministry has been contemplating about a ban on PFI. Over the past few years, several of the states, including Uttar Pradesh, has written to the Home Ministry to do so. But meanwhile, the evidence has mounted. So thereafter, we saw how raids were conducted throughout. And a part of North India, that's where we saw raids being conducted in UP, Delhi, Assam, West Bengal. We also saw thereafter raids being conducted across South India as well. And that is where Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, all these states being raided. So over 13 states, and we saw 106 suspects being rounded up and now being produced before the court. So the charges are very clear. There is terror funding. So there is an aspect about how not just Hawala funds are coming in, the funds are coming through foreign mercenaries as well. Outside, that is a part of the investigation. The second is about the training camp. Several of them are saying it's violence which is being done. The third is about radicalization of the youth and inducting them into PFI. These are the three main charges, and that is why for funding itself, the ED is going to be taking care. For the terror-relating network, is the NIA which is going to be doing it. And we've been told that so far, over 100 phones as well as electronic devices and the other material has been collected. That has now been submitted for the forensic. It's going to be a very detailed investigation. We've been told throughout the night, the Director IB as well as DG NI were throughout in the control room. They were monitoring every bit of it. There was every bit information that this could have perhaps been leaked. But the IB was keeping a tab on all the suspects and ensured that the swoop down happens when all of them are there at the particular residences which have been marked for raids. And now that it's been done, it's going to be a painstaking measure as to each of them. And many of them cases we've been told there would be a joint interrogation. We'll have to see about how the agency briefs about how the suspects can possibly be brought to one particular location, because the number is quite a bit. The top leaders may be confronted together in a joint interrogation.
You know, from what we see extensively, the PFI leaders and you know, the large groups who came out in protests in different states, predominantly the southern states, those PFI members said that this was nothing but an arm-twisting tactic which the BJP and the RSS using the central agencies to suppress dissenting voices. This was the official statement given out by the PFI as they came out in protest, saying that they're innocent, there has been no wrong, they've not supported terrorism. This is just a blanket accusation being leveled against the PFI, which is false. Now, tell us, the NIA arresting these many PFI leaders, 100-odd PFI leaders, that's a huge number. Is there anything substantial that they've found as yet to suggest that this has not been a deliberate target, as claimed by the PFI?
See, one, this is a multi-agency probe. So there is IB, there is NI, there is ED, there is state police. There are also the Central Armed Police Force, which is for protection. So they obviously know this could be, spell trouble, because the PFI has initially challenged how investigation has been carried out against them. But there have been instances where there have been PFI members who have been booked, arrested and charge-sheeted. So that's there is evidence against several of the members. But here is the top members of PFI, the general General Secretary as well as the top management itself, which has been under scanner. Their offices have been sealed. So that goes to show that perhaps without proof, that's not how it's going to be. And remember, the Home Ministry itself has taken cognizance of all this. A meeting was done at least 2 weeks ago, and that is where the entire planning was done. It has unfolded very quickly. But remember, the PFI has altogether always maintained that they're being one-sided investigation and they're being victimized at this point of time. But clearly, in the court of law, that's where it would be proved beyond any doubt as to how investigation has unfolded. Perhaps that's the way the investigation, and that is why the first of it is producing them before the court, taking them into a remand, and thereafter more proof, as NIA is saying, would tumble out.